Thanks for tuning in to Unclogged, a Zoom Drain podcast, where we take an in-depth look at the wins and losses of our niche home service. We're also going to look at best practices on unclogging your business and the pipe dreams that motivate our every move. Are you ready? Let's run it.
Hey, meet my friend Diego from Alpha Elite Plumbing. I'm so happy to have you on the podcast.
It's a blessing, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Well, you are like everything that makes me excited about our industry, because you're a young person who started their own company, and you're even training your technicians, the technicians who come and find their way into your world. So I just want to unpack that a little bit.
Sure.
All right, so tell me, what made you start your own company?
So in my career, I came primarily from a commercial construction, industrial construction plumbing shop, and I maxed out, right? I became superintendent, project manager, and that's about as far as I could go with that. And I said, well, if I'm doing this for this company, I could do this for myself. So I ultimately made that leap into business myself.
So often, if we don't have a really great career path lined up for our team members, they're going to go. They're going to start their own game.
Correct.
But that was a brave thing to do. How
Correct.
old were you when that happened?
Actually, when I first got into plumbing, I come from a trades family, but when I was 18 years old, I just fell in love with this industry, with plumbing, and I used to tell people that I worked with that one day I'm going to own my own business and you're going to work for me someday. And they'd be like, yeah, okay, Diego, okay, all right. Actually, I've had people come through my shop that are not here now, came and went, but that I used to work with, that I used to tell that to. So I knew as soon as I turned 18, I would own my own business someday.
And so when did you pull the trigger?
When I was 27 years old.
It's a brave thing to do.
Yeah, when I was 27 years old, I grinded. I got my journeyman's license, my master plumber license, my plumbing contractor license. And at 27 years old, I was running work for a company. And then the other 8 hours of that day, I was building my dream, and that was to be my own boss and own a company someday. So
that's so cool. And most people as we look around, the big complaint, the big concern is, I can't find good people. And so, how are you solving the I can't find good people problem?
I'm building them.
Okay, tell me more.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. How'd this start?
It was always my passion. I've been in business for 6 years in the plumbing, heating, and air industry and drain. And when the pandemic hit March 2020, I made a decision to step up as a leader in this industry and basically start a trade school. And the way we started that was with 8 hours continued education. Colorado launched 8 hours continued education, and I am a visionary, and I seen the need for it, and that's how we got started. And from there, I created a full-fledged plumbing apprenticeship through the U.S. Department of Labor. It's a multi-employer plumbing apprenticeship, so large employers, little employers, small employers pay us to educate their people. At affordable rate, of course, because it's my passion. Education is my passion within this trade, and it's lacking. It definitely is lacking in the trade.
So the theme of our podcast has been about apprentices and finding our way to the trade. So what is it that we may be missing, or what is it that you maybe have tapped into and that you could share to help people find those folks who may be interested in this career?
So the last 30 years, plumbers have been portrayed as something that we're not, right? Gonna show up to your house, smoking cigarettes, going in, fixing your toilet, charge you an arm and a leg, leave, toilet's not fixed. That's the rap that Hollywood has portrayed us as. And it's our job, it's our duty as tradesmen to change that stigma of what plumbers are. So that is my main goal is with social media, Instagram. I love it, right? Because we can showcase who we truly are and what we are truly about to these up and coming generations, right? And that is my goal. And that's how I started this trade school, was simply by promoting it on Instagram and just being real authentic and showing people the nitty gritty of what plumbing, drain cleaning, what HVAC, what that is, what that looks like, right? So
it was cool because when we met, it was at a meetup.
Yep.
Right? And so had you not met a lot of the people who were there? How did, explain what happened? Because that was pretty cool.
Sure. So the majority of plumbing companies, plumbing individuals, drain cleaners that were there all have a huge influence on social media. So majority of those fellas I've met online, but never met in person. And it was a neat experience to see somebody that's just like you, right? Is passionate about education in the trade, is passionate about the trade, and meet and greet. And because we are the future of this trade, right? I'm 33 years old, and my duty is to build the next generations coming up. So that's how we met at the meet and greet, simply just by knowing each other from social media.
It was really cool. So you just contacted each other, hey, we're going to go meet at the booth, and here we are.
Yep, exactly.
That's so fun.
Exactly.
And so as far as like someone who's getting into the trade, who are a couple of people that you follow that I think that you might want to share? Like who are some of your influencers? Dennis the Apprentice, of course.
Of course, I watch Dennis all the time, man. He got some great, he actually was one of the reasons that it inspired me to say, you know what, Diego, you just got to go for this trade school and put your heart into it and just do it, because nobody else is doing it. And I follow Dennis on that too, and it's pretty cool to see what he does. So
who else are people who had some impact on your life, or just you love what they do?
There's so many of them. John Thompson, of course.
OG Plum God.
We've been knowing each other for the last 4 or 5 years. RCM, Drain Mob, right? Drain Mob is a big one online. Just majority of those, everyone that was there is really cool. So.
And when we were talking to you, said like just the pride in the industry, and that's what you feel, and that's what you want to promote.
Yes, I do.
So I got a tough question for you.
Sure, hit me with it.
How are we going to attract women to the trade? Because I get how cool it is, but what are we missing? And I'm not putting this on you to solve this problem, but if you have some ideas, man, I'm listening.
It's a hard problem to solve, but simply by educating, elevating, motivating, and inspiring women to be in the trades, right? Women are strong. To me, my wife takes care of my 4 beautiful children. She is a strong mother. So to me, women are a lot stronger than men, right? In my opinion.
Well, because I like the way you're thinking.
I see what my wife does for my kids, and she puts up with me, a full-time employer and employee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a busy guy. So simply by educating, elevating, motivating, and inspiring, and what we need is another Allen in the industry to simply get women more involved.
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to the brunette plumber. Do you follow her?
Yeah, actually I do. I do.
So there are some really cool women, showcasing their job and showing what it's like to be in the trades day by day, and maybe if we could chip away at it in that way. So,
maybe Alan, you put together a meet and greet with all the women plumbers, and you do a problem solving strategy session to say, hey, what can we do to bring more women into the trade, right?
I like this idea a lot.
And then I'll be a part of it so I can include it into my trade school.
Yeah. I think there's just, if they knew, I always think of nurses, like nurses deal with pipes, pumps, waste, and it's still attached to the person.
Right.
So certainly the kind of work that we do would be, something that they would be familiar with, and that you can, have these cool trucks and tools and the anonymity. Like you're not in the bureaucratic world of a hospital every day. So nurses, I hope you hear this, so that you can come and maybe learn the trade and grow your industry. Yeah. Well, it's been so fun to visit with you today.
Likewise, I appreciate the opportunity. And, my goal is to educate, elevate, motivate, and inspire the current generation and the next generation of tradesmen. And that's what my school does.
You say those words all the time.
I do.
Is that just to remind yourself?
No, it's because I'm passionate about that. And that's if we could do one of those 4 things in our school, then our job is complete to pass them on to the next.
Well, you're doing some really great things for our industry. So tell us your handle. How are we going to get hold of you?
So alpha_elite_plumbing and PlumTech Trade School on Instagram. So, and then you could go to plumtechtradeschool.com. You could check out what we're doing. We also offer online classes as well. So that's what we got going on.
Excellent. So. Well, it's Ellen at Eleanor and at Zoom Drain. And love.
Yeah. Thank you, Alan. You're terrific, and it's a blessing and a pleasure to be sitting next to you in the industry.
Hasn't this been fun?
It has.
I'm so happy that you're here.
So.
Yay. We're out.